Alrighty, you guys, it is King Kyrie coming at you. I have two duels that I just did today, back-to-back wins, and I'm just going to go over those now in a smaller video, just because I want to be able to clear out all of my replays. So let's see how this first one shook out. Um, I went first on both of them, if I'm not mistaken. Um, if this one will load. Wow, this is taking forever. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so I went first for both. This particular duel here, I looked at that and I said, if they have one Ash Blossom, my entire turn is over. And they did not have an Ash Blossom, and as you can see, they're not stopping anything that I have with any other interruption. So I assume they have no Maxi or no Mulcharmies. I just keep going. And as it stands right now, I'm looking to get both of my engines online, or I guess my two main engines, the ice barriers and the Atlanteans. As you can see, I have both going now. I'm going to end on mostly an ice barrier board for this first one. That was a misclick and a mistake, by the way. I never meant to summon her in defense mode, but I was like, if she dies, that's cool. With what I was planning, it didn't really matter. Anyone who knows anything about the Atlantis plays, if you're going first and you have the opportunity to turn on Spellbreaker or put up enough of a wall so that way they can't do anything, then you are golden. And so the reason why I saw Spellbreaker and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to summon her. I'm just going to end on this. With this particular board, let me explain what's happening here. For those of you who don't usually play these water monsters, this little chick right here, who is honestly the boss monster of this deck, but for whatever reason, everyone chooses to banish Cheng Ying or Lancia first when she's honestly the best for this deck. Um, Quick effect, I can activate this effect. Face up monsters I control cannot be destroyed or banished by my opponent's card effects. So tabletop, they give you the option of activating stuff in draw and standby. Her effect can be activated during those times. Unfortunately for Master Duel, I haven't figured out how to do that. But in the draw phase, you can activate her effect. There could be some sort of response. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But I usually like to do that first, even though if you activate her effect in response to an opponent's card activation, you can banish that card if it's in field or grave, and as many copies of it as well. I get that. That is a good plus to have on occasion. But if you can start your opponent's turn by activating her effect and getting it to resolve, they have no choice but to destroy by battle, return to hand, or put in the spell and trap card zone. So she is good, 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 good. Maybe not so much in Master Duel where you can't do those kind of interactions, but she's a really great card, and she's honestly the one to make um, after you make Lancia, if you want to ensure your Ice Barrier plays for next turn. So that's her. Everyone should know Cheng Ying. He's really, banish something, you get the effect off. I usually will have him uh paired with her. Anyone who knows the lore knows that the ice barriers and sorry, the ice jades and the sword souls are intimately connected. And then I also have Lancia again to special summon on my opponent's turn, disrupting their plays by forcing out floodgates. And then Adamancipator, most of you know who he is. He's a spell or trap negator. Um, and usually, if I can get her off, and their effects or their spells and traps include destruction or banishment of any kind, I may not even need him, but he's good to have because in the event of evenly matched, she does nothing and he can stop that. And I've actually done that before and they were like, huh, now what do I do? But anyway, let's continue the duel. Maybe. Is it not going? Oh no, I just. There we go. So this person's doing this and for whatever reason attacked Cheng Ying. And I didn't get that. I mean, at that point, I don't know what the point of what he was doing was because he had stuff, okay? And he had, I think, plays, or maybe, I don't know what he thought. Maybe he genuinely didn't understand the deck that I was playing, which actually happens quite often. If you don't play meta nowadays, the people watching and playing, they don't know what you're doing. And this deck the one that I'm running requires a lot of reading, which is how I always win because people don't want to read all the cards text that I have. So yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I guess they just didn't want to surrender at that point. Seeing what had in hand versus what they had on field, I would have known that I couldn't do anything with that. But that was that. He or she chose to play that. So this duel, I don't know if I would call it funny. um, I maybe I'm just in high spirits, but I thought this duel, it was kind of funny to me. I went first, and I think I go uninterrupted again, and I'm doing all this stuff, and they're not interrupting, and so I'm thinking that they're possibly thinking, "Oh, this is just standard mermail stuff." So I'm doing a lot of mermail stuff. Then out comes the Lancia, and then a what? An ice barrier, and so I start thinking in my head, like, if someone's watching this, they're trying to figure what the heck I'm doing, and then I ended up adding those cards to hand and doing all of this stuff, and I just thought it was funny as I was popping off, going uninterrupted, seeing just what this deck can do and how it can do it. I just was like, wow, this is just like cruise control, but I'm honestly thinking about what I'm doing, and then I'm doing all this stuff, and then I get all of this stuff like reasoning. I get so many ways of summoning, and I don't know if I've already used my normal summon. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. But as you can see, it doesn't matter. I'm just popping it off. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna disable their spells and traps, and then I'm going to get a necessary level 7 in my hand, or potential level 7, and I'm going to end there because I'm like, I don't have enough space, so I'm just going to let it ride, and see what this person can do. So they summon that thing. I don't know what it does, but I just don't care. I'm getting rid of it. And then they're like, "Yep, it's over." And I was like, "Oh, okay." One normal summon and the monster gets destroyed and you can't play anymore. That's old school Yu-Gi-Oh. I sympathize with you, I really do, but yeah, there was like no resistance in that particular duel. The other one he put up a better fight. This one not so much. And I was like, wow, just this deck is amazing. I love this deck. The Atlantis deck, I call it the Atlantis deck because it incorporates so many different parts of different water engines. And if you're someone like me who likes to play multi battles where you're playing against multiple opponents, this deck does really, really well. There's a few things you would switch out to ensure that you don't run out of your resources. But it's a really fun deck to play tabletop, especially against multiple people. Anyway, peace out for now. I hope you all enjoy the video. Like, subscribe. I mean, you don't have to, but I would really enjoy it. Thank you. Peace out for now again. Bye.